Mr. and Mrs. Parker, your extraordinary son Ralph has written the theme I've been waiting for my entire life. What I want for Christmas is a Red Ryder BB gun with a compass in the stock and this thing that tells time. Sheer poetry and the penmanship, the punctuation, the conjugations, all contained within the tightly constrained dictates of the margins. I can hardly control myself.
Now, Myrtle, I've got to tell you something, because if I don't tell someone, I'll burst.
Why, Julia Gibbs.
Give me some of those beans. Myrtle, did one of those secondhand furniture men from Boston come see you last Friday?
No.
Well, he called on me. At first I thought he was a patient wanting to see Doc Gibbs, and he wormed his way into my parlor, and Myrtle Webb, he offered $350 for Grandmother Wentworth's highboy, as I'm sitting here.
Why, Julia Gibbs.
That whole thing, he did. Why, it's so big I hardly knew where to put it, and I almost gave it away to Cousin Hester Wilcox.
Well, you're gonna take it, aren't you?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know? $350? What's come over you?
Well, if I could get the doctor to take the money and go away someplace on a real trip, I'd take it like that. You know, Myrtle, it's been the dream of my life to see Paris, France. Oh, it sounds crazy, I suppose, but for years I've been promising myself if I ever got the chance.
How does the doctor feel about it?
No, he said, it might make him discontented with Grover's Corner to go traipsing about Europe. Better let well enough alone, he says. Every 2 years, he takes a trip to the battlefields of the Civil War, and that's enough of a treat for anybody, he says.
All right. Sit up straight. Eyes front. Pay attention. Do you know what time it is? Ow. You know, I always know what time it is, because back at the convent we have this huge clock with the 12 apostles pasted on it, and I know that when the big hand is on the John and the little hand is on the Peter, it's time for the sisters to go down on their knees and pray. And now it's time for that quiz Reverend Mother warned you about. Here are the questions you should know the answers to if you were paying attention to that last song. Oh, can I have some lions, please? Thank you.
Why?
You ought to be fair to these plays.
Are these plays fair to me?
I've never seen you walk out on a musical.
Well, that musical isn't opening tonight.
No.
Oh, darling. You'll have to learn the rules. With a musical, there's always 4 changes of title and 3 postponements. They liked it in New Haven, but it needs a lot of work.
Well, I was hoping it was a musical.
It was such a light mind.
Not at all. Musicals have a humanizing effect on you. After we see a serious play, we join the proletariat in the subway, and I listen to the lecture on the drama. After we see a musical, we bring them home in a taxi, and you make a few passes.
Now, wait a minute, darling. That is a very inaccurate piece of reporting.
Oh, I'll admit that after the Behrman play, you told me I had authentic beauty. But it wasn't until after our first musical you told me I had nice legs. And I have, too.
You know, for a minister's daughter, you know a lot about life. Where'd you learn it?
The choir loft.
I'll have to explain that to you sometime, darling. The close connection between eroticism and religion.
Oh, religion never gets as high as the choir loft.
Love that musical. Do my eyes deceive me? Oh, it's this and that. It's been so long since I've seen a real man. No offense to him. Mind if I sit here?
Oh, this is fine.
Oh, it'll warm you up in no time.
Oh, yes, please. Now, tea. Yes, you are always trying to make me jealous, but it's not going to work this time.
Me? What about you? With Simone?
Pierre,
Michel?
Jacques,
Veronique?
Dominique. Well, really?
Did you want me, Doctor?
Why do you think I hired you? Well, what's your name again?
Miss McIntosh. You know, like the apples.
The name I forgot. The apples I remembered. Look at the appointments. We'll see who's next.
It's a Mr. Kornheiser.
Maybe you're wrong. Look in the book. It's better that way.
No, I was right.
So was I.
It's Mr. Kornheiser.
Are you sure? Spell
Kornheiser.
Oh boy, from now on I only want to see patients with long names.
Is there anything else you want, Doctor?
Call a carpenter and have him make my desk lower.
Yes, Doctor.
Ooh, it's getting hot in here. Did someone turn the steam on?
No, Doctor.
Oh, in that case, take a $5 raise and bring in the next patient before I'm the next patient.
Yes, Doctor. Excuse me, Doctor. I think I have a chest cold.
Looks more like an epidemic to me.